Greetings and welcome back, one and all, to the Hey Benno and of course to Robocraft. Or the Hey Benno is not going to be the Hey Benno for much longer. It still is the Hey Benno right now, but soon it will have an Enno, and thus he shall not be the Hey Benno. And this time he doesn't even need to die for it. No, the Hey Benno is not going to become a Robert Paulson. No. I've had a staggering amount of really interesting suggestions in the comments. Some from mythologies I'm completely unfamiliar with, which I always like to read about. But I'm going to be going for a bit more of a traditional one. At least it's from a mythology that I am aware of, though I must confess I'm not familiar with this particular item itself. We are going to be renaming the Hey Benno as... Now, I've not double-checked the spelling of this one, so you'll have to forgive me if I get this wrong, or the pronunciation for that point. But the Ichaval, from rather suggested by Josh McCurley, which is from Norse mythology. This is the bow that was owned by Odin, that had the power that with a single draw of the bow, with a single arrow, it would release 10. So that is pretty awesome. Also, I've been given some pretty good advice by Richie Oster, I believe it is, not Oyster. The funny thing is, as I was saying to myself before I started this, now don't call him Richie Oyster, because I know you're going to, Avak. I know that's what's on the tip of your tongue every time you see his last name. But no, Richie Oster. I do apologize, Richie. Now, Richie has suggested that I use prisms to try and funnel damage away from my tank treads, or rather from the outside of my tank treads. The connection points, now typically you want something to be connected as many places as you can because it reduces the chance of any one spot being destroyed, destroying that component entirely. But the outside, well, the outside's going to be hit first. That's the whole point, it's a skirt of armor around the tank tread. So by doing this, this prism will connect to either side and up, but it won't connect back to the track. Thus, any damage received on this part of the bot will not then spread out to the rest of the bot, so the rest of the track. It'll continue spreading around the skirt, and that's fine, but not the tank track itself. Now, where are you? You are there. That means we want this there. Get rid of that. And then we'll do exactly the same on this side as soon as we have bought 4 more of them. Let's go and find them. There we are. And at that point, I'm fairly confident that we're ready to go out and have a couple of battles. In the last episode, most of it was building this thing. We only got 2 battles, but I fancy we need a lot of combat data before we can really start to decide where we're going to go with this. I've received an enormous amount of suggestions on how to continue building this. Quite a lot of it offering me advice that I simply wasn't aware of, so thank you very much for that. I do always appreciate it when someone corrects me if I've made an incorrect assumption or just offers me some advice that I wasn't yet aware of. We're going to jump into a battle while I discuss some of that. Now, the most important piece of advice that I was given is that rails do absolutely have a damage cutoff. And again, it's as far as I can see. So if I can't clearly make out the enemy, a good way to put it is if I can't see their weapons on their bot, I can't do damage with my weapon. If I can see their light, it's a little bit misleading because I can see their lights through the fog of war outside of my range to attack them. But if I can't spot them or I can't see their actual weapons on top of their bot, then odds are I'm not going to be able to do damage. We've got a lot of healers in this battle. 2 rails, 2 plasmas, 3 SMGs, 3 healers. Okay, that's interesting. We'll have to see how that goes. How many flyers? We've got 2 plasma flyers on our side, 1 medic flyer. The enemy have 1 medic flyer. And do not have 2 plasma flyers. But I didn't quite get enough time to check their SMG flyers. Right, as a sniper, I'm going to head around this direction and possibly pick some people off in the distance over there, if I'm very fortunate. But I want to try and orientate my bot just about like that. Like so, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And pulling back. Didn't do a lot of damage there, unfortunately. Kenny Surf is still mostly in this fight. I'm going to wait for Kenny Surf. Wow, that little guy is fast. Crazy fast little guy. Let's get back out here. Kenny Surf is coming back around. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we still haven't done enough. Gonna start reloading there. I really would have liked to have done a little bit more damage. Oh, thank you very much for the heal there. Not Ding Ding. Ace. I appreciate it. Now, enemy flyers. Oh, there is an enemy flyer. Moving pretty fast though. Oh, that was a shame. I thought that was on target there. 1, 2, 3. Ah, I was out of shot because I shot at the... Kenny Surf's going to get repaired now. Lost my opportunity. That was a grand opportunity to take Kenny Smurf out for good. Or Surf. No, he shall always be Kenny Smurf for me from this point onwards. Sorry, Kenny Surf. 1, 2, 3. There, took out his copter blades. He's going to get a heal, but should prevent him from doing too much damage to Red for Love. Oh no, never mind. Red for Love is charging forward once again. We've got an enemy right behind us. That's Scallywag. We have lost 4. The enemy have lost 2. Their medic team is doing a much better job. They are coming in force down the ramp. We need to be on the move. Let's find a better position from which we can attack them. Let's duck around here. And let's go for their copter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only taking out some weapons. Not a lot, though. Oh, it's bad times. I need to be on the move. Ah! I'm moving in the wrong direction. Enormous amount of damage tanking ability, though, considering I was just going toe-to-toe with an SMG. Nice design, though. Have you got similar designs? No. You've just got a lot of shields. I like it. That looked actually remarkably good. Why was our medic all the way over there? I actually don't know why Max was all the way over there. Curious, Max. You perhaps heading off to try and heal someone who then died? I imagine that was the reason for it. But again, the rails are no good once the enemy gets close. It's all about taking them out before then. Unfortunately, the enemy team medics were very, very protective of their team. They managed to keep a lot of them in the game. I had spent one of my shots unwisely. It meant that I wasn't then able to take out Kenny Surf, which is a bit of a shame, but incoming plasma. I appreciate you trying to anti-medic the jobber, but no. Good game all the same. Oh, wow, that came out of that fight fast. Drat. Alright, let's have a look. We got 1 scout. Very poor performance there. Very poor indeed. But we're not going to end it there. No, of course not. We're going to jump straight into another battle. May even jump into a challenge. Yes, let's jump into a challenge. We'll see how we can do. We're only at tier 6, so we're probably going to be against tier 3s, maybe tier 4s. I hope tier 3s. Yes, tier 3s it'll be. How many other challenges are there? There are 6. Well, actually, yeah, there are 6, and I'm in queue position 5, which is a shame. Oh, now apparently there are 8. 9, even, according to this. I'm in queue position 4. Okay, there isn't an average wait time for this. It can take as long as it can take. But hopefully we can get into this quickly. Otherwise I'll have to cut the video here and then resume once we actually hit the battle. Oh, the queue length is going down pretty quickly. Now, the other things that I have been told. Firstly, as I mentioned, that rails do absolutely have a cutoff point. Secondly, that dead-ending damage. Now, I was always under the impression that if you dead-ended damage, that is, the damage had nowhere else to go from the connecting block. That you would... The damage would basically peter out and end there. That is not true anymore. FreeJam patched that out apparently some time ago, actually. I just must have missed it. But at this point, when damage dead ends, it'll jump to the next nearest block, a random block, if there are several of a similar distance to it, and it will continue from there. So you can't create cunning labyrinths of blocks that will effectively reduce your incoming damage completely. Instead, you have to be very mindful of where, if you do have dead ending going on, where that dead ending is going to happen. Otherwise, you might end up with a case where your damage on some, you know, piddling little side block that doesn't really matter to anything suddenly connects to your pilot seat, which would be rather shameful. There's one. Moving way too fast for me to shoot at. There's another one just up there. Right there. See if I can't hit you. It's on the move. There we go. Just needed to wait. And there's another one. Where are you? I saw you down there just a second ago. Nope. He's on the move. How are my allies doing? Here's one moving across pretty fast. Well, I hit him at the very least. Wasn't really expected to do that. There we go. Another one down. And reloading. On the move. Let's get that plasma drone spotted once again. And get around here. Right, let's zoom right out. I always forget to zoom out when I'm on a plasma bot, sorry, a rail bot, because I spend so much time scoped anyway. Ooh. Oh, that was a bad shot. No, there's no point. I'm not going to hit you. Let's reload. And go around this way. Find out what was plasmaing at you. Because that was not that little tiny bot, I don't think. There were far too many shells. Dare I go up there? I can barely get around this hill. Pardon me. Alright, come on then, radar. Tell me where the enemy are. We must know. There we go. Hello. That's the front of your tank gun. That's right, come on. Right. Okay, bad times. Gonna have to count on my tankiness here. Rail need help. Thankfully, they're not really doing too much damage to my guns. 1, 2. Okay. And we're moving. Okay. Thank goodness for the tankiness of my bot. Look, my front tracks are still there. One is pretty bad at damage, mind you. Still, I'm going to be crazy and I'm going to go back out there. Only got 2 guns now. And I'm far away from my allies. Still got my radar. And there's only 2 enemies left. Where are you? We have no one around here that my radar can pick up anyway. They must be up in the ridges. That isn't you. Alright. Can anyone see an enemy? I've not noticed too much spotting in this fight. Oh. Sinium is firing at something. See if we can't get over there. Sinium's taking damage, so there must be someone... Oh. No, that's a rock. Okay, on the way over to Sinium. I'm really surprised how well my bot handled that. I mean, granted, this is a challenge mode, so my bot is significantly higher level. But still, I was quite impressed all the same. Now, where are the enemy? Bit of cat and mouse going on. Is that an enemy? No, it is a rock. At least I believe it is a rock. Right now all I'm doing is I'm trying to sweep with my radar, but I'm one of the slowest bots on our team, so it's not especially effective. A nice high level radar would do wonders at this point, alas, cannot afford to have one. Let's swing around this rock. I'm just trying to get a little bit closer to the edge there so I can possibly pick up anyone up on top of the ridge. but nothing so far. Now, I don't believe that standing on this will capture it. Fairly certain it won't. I'll do it anyway. No. The enemy either need to capture our base or survive. If they survive, we win. The only way they can win is to capture our base. But they can draw this fight out for the next 5 minutes. Which is a little bit frustrating. Nope, I've literally got nothing. My radar's picking up nothing at all. Do our flyers have radar? They might not. How are you all doing? You scallywag! Mocking us! There, we got him. Here he comes. I think he just ran out of thrust. Bingo! Well done, everyone. I guess he didn't really need to let us know where he was. He was that tiny little fly. He was probably at the skybox. But there we are. That was not a bad little victory there for us. 1,623 damage done. In defense, 396. In protection, 152. 3 kills, 2 assists, 2 scouts. And a total of 12,647 and 26 tech points. We are no longer getting this because our premium has finally run out. So, no longer will we be providing a bonus to the other people on our team. Alas, I will actually genuinely miss that part of premium. I mean, obviously I'll miss getting the RP as well, but I'll really miss contributing to the team's RP. That was a really nice feeling of being a premium user. Now, I think we've got enough time for 1 or 2 more battles. I'm not yet ready to give up on this, though I am really liking how much damage this bot can sustain. That is something that I'm really, really liking. You know, I could possibly move these in. Yes. At that point, I could also possibly make these blocks a little bit more tanky. I'll leave that one connected. I should have been doing that in mirror mode. There we go. And pop that there. Now I'm going to want 6 more prisms. We'll go with... Yeah, we'll actually just buy 20 because I'm bound to use them. Now, what I'm going to do here is... it's a little bit tricky to do because of the way these blocks work. But if I place that block there, then orientate that one in that direction, it'll connect. Right now, that prism is pointing in that way. And the same with that one. And the same with this one, I would hope. Yes? Yes. Now take these outer prisms away. And it looks for all the world as if it's a solid block. It is, however, not. And instead, we have a much harder to damage railgun just snuck in there. Damn. That will put us into tier 7. Okay, well, we'll go with the tier 5s for now, but we are probably going to just have to accept it. What I would like to do before we head into tier 7 is get a lot more money in order to bulk up the armor, especially over the tracks, and just generally improve the survivability of the bot before we push ourselves into tier 7, because obviously we're going to be up against much more competent opponents in tier 7, and I want to have a little bit more survivability by then. You know what, let's move that over a little bit, and also let's take that away. There we go. Let's grab our radar as well. There we are. That looks a little bit better. Right. Into another battle. We can't go into the challenge mode, alas. 3 hours and 49 minutes before that comes up again. Now let's see how the tier 6, no, tier 7s Let me double check that. Oh, how did that happen? Why did that happen? More to the point. Why are we in tier 7 now? Was I in tier 7 before? Ah, scallywags. I bet I was. I imagine I was. Oh, drat. We could connect those like that. This would allow me to have... sorry, no, we'll do like that instead. There we go. That pulls us back down into 6. If I place that there and this here, would that still... No, that would actually put me to 7. Wow, okay. We'll have it like this then. But I'm not sure how I got pulled into tier 7 all of a sudden. Is this perhaps... No, that's also a 5. What did I add? Maybe it was these. Possibly? No, I don't know. It could have been any of these. Maybe it was just a flag that pushed me into tier 7. But I probably played that first match in tier 7. I didn't even notice. Oh. Scallywags. Alright, let's see then. Is this going to be tier 6 now? I probably even saw it that it was in tier 7. I just didn't properly twig. Right, the average wait time, we've already gone quite high over that. But there are a number of us in queue, so we shouldn't have to wait too long for a battle. So, there we are. Fantastic. Ooh, we're in a challenge match. Fantastic. 2 plasma flyers. Okay, that's going to be my job then. I'm going to be staring at the skies. I do actually really, really like the way that the games play out these days. You get challenges quite a lot. Either you're participating as a challenger or you're participating against the challengers. And we've also got some sort of stick figure over there in the distance. Right over there. He's got a sword and a shield, I believe. That is fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. Please, flyer. No. Alright. Yeah, we're good. Now, keep an eye on the skies, everyone. Because there are going to be bad people in them. It's stuck right around. Now, this is an obvious place for me to be. So I don't much like being here, really. There's one plasma. They're probably not going to be too... Ooh, I was going to say they're not going to be too stupid as to come out here, really, but maybe. Oh, sorry. I apologize. My bad. Let's get around a little bit. We want to try and get that plasma flyer in scope.
SMG tank spotted.
Ooh, okay. That's not good.
Plasma copter spotted.
They're not coming out of their area. Oh, maybe they are. Okay, 1 down. Okay, moving on. 1 flat out left as well. It's meant to be 4 against us. These guys really don't actually stand much of a chance. They'll get a few kills, I imagine, but... And there we are. Lipton already gone. But I actually feel really quite bad for them. That one of their allies just basically abandoned them. That isn't even scallywaggery. Scallywaggery is kind of like lovable rogue kind of stuff. Now that's downright scoundrelry. They're coming for you. We shall give you an honourable death. I will face you on the field of battle and probably die as a result. But I would feel horrible if you got slain and didn't even get a couple of kills. Well, no, actually it looks like they're just going to be flat out taken out. And there is nothing they're going to be... Oh, there we are. We've got an enemy coming up behind. Let's get around. And 1, 2, 3, 4. No. He's taken off one of my other weapons. Uh-oh, I've lost all the tracks on one side of my bot. Have we taken out all of his weapons? Really? I tried to meet you on the field of battle. My allies were not having any of it, I'm afraid. They weren't about to let me die. Thank you, allies. I do feel a little bit bad for him, though. Why have we not won? Do we actually have to win the battle now by capturing? See, I haven't played enough. No, apparently not. Well, there we go. I was getting a little bit of healing at the end there. Thank you very much, allies. I appreciate it enormously. Got 1 assist, 2 base capture, 2 handicap tier bonus. And we got 7,536 with 8 tech points as well. Okay, well, I think on that note, we'll wrap this up. I am going to need to do a bit of grinding. I may even do this on stream in order to get enough points to really clad this bot in a heavy layer of armor. I'm debating whether to go for shields. That was my original plan, but I have received an enormous, an overwhelming amount of advice to the contrary in the comments. And when enough people give the same sort of advice, you do have to kind of pause and say, maybe there is some sort of truth to this. Maybe this isn't just personal preference, but there is just flat out something wrong with my idea. So we're going to be looking into the possibility of literally just covering this thing in armor. We may still bolt on some shields if I have the CPU and I can't think of a pleasing, aesthetically that is, way to add additional tracks. But for now, we're going to be focusing on getting the armor cladding around this bot first. Then we'll make the decision on shields. But armor comes first. That is it from me, though. I do hope you've liked this episode and will be joining me in the very next. But until then, and as always, from myself and the Ichafael, do take care.